So for our first bonus here, what we want to do is add a little bit of feedback for the player for when the enemies spawn. And what we're going to do is there's actually a light source deep inside each of these caves. What we want to do is make those lights change color every time an enemy spawns, so the player might get a little bit of a heads up about where enemies are coming from. So what we want to do is go into our resources, scripts, and created folder. We're going to right-click, click create, and C# script. We're going to name this one spawner. And we can go ahead and open that one right up. If it will open, there we go. And so we do need a start function here, but we do not need, we do not need update. But we're going to add a couple of variables here. We're going to say public light my light and public color flash. We also want to say color start color. There we go. And what we're going to say is start color is equal to my light.color. Perfect. And then what we're going to do is add a public void on spawn enemy. And open and close brackets there. We're going to say switch time is equal to, oh, we forgot a switch time variable. How silly of me. I'm going to say float switch time, or actually, we didn't actually use the switch time variable, so we're not going to do this. Forgive me for that. Inside on spawn enemy, we're just going to say if not light switch, which is the variable we need that we actually forgot. We're going to say bool light switch equals false. We're going to say if not light switch, as in if our light switch is set to false. We're going to start coroutine color lights and semicolon there. And then outside of our on enemy spawn, we're going to say I enumerator color lights, open and close parentheses, and our brackets. Right off the bat, we're going to say light switch equals true because we want to prevent multiple of these coroutines running at once. Then what we're going to say is while vector4 distance. So vector 4 is just a vector 3, but with an extra variable. So vector 3 has x, y, and z. Vector 4 has w, x, y, and z. But what's interesting is color in Unity is actually also stored as a vector 4, where w is red, x is green, y is blue, and z is a, or alpha, which is that transparency value we were talking about a couple weeks ago. So we're going to say vector 4 distance myLight.color and color flash, so that is well the distance from my light's current color and the color we're flashing is greater than 0.1f. We want to execute some code, so we're going to say myLight.color equals color.lerp unclamped myLight.color color flash time.delta time times 3. And what this is going to do is slowly transition our color, well actually not slowly because we're multiplying it by 3 here, but we're transitioning our color from its current color to the color we've selected in the color flash, and we're doing that at a rate of delta time times 3. And then after that we're going to say yield return new wait for end of frame, open and close parentheses. And then we're going to highlight this, copy it, and paste it again. But this time we're going to replace this with start color, just like that. And then we're going to say lerping, instead of lerping to color flash, we're going to lerp to start color, exactly the same as before. And that's good. And then outside of this while loop, we just want to set our light color back to start color, because lerps can be a little wonky sometimes and it won't get us exactly where we want, but that only matters for our start color. So we're going to set start color back, or our light color back to our start color, and then set light switch equal to false. Now what we're going to do is go into our game manager, and where we select our spawn transform here, we're going to hit or type spawn trans.get component, get component spawner, open and close parentheses, dot on spawn enemy, and then open close parentheses again. So now whenever we select our transform and spawn an enemy there, we're going to call that on spawn enemy, which is going to then change the color of the light in that area. Now before this works, we need to go into each spawner and assign the light that it's closest to. So if we select each spawner one at a time and press the F key, we'll see it here. Oh, we actually need to also add our spawner component to these guys. So let's click the top one, hold shift, and click the bottom one, and drag our spawner script into our spawner, or into our spawner's inspector. I'm going to set all of my lights to a nice bright red. Make sure you set alpha up to 255 no matter what color you pick. You're welcome to pick any color you'd like. You can even pick different colors for each spawner if you so wish. I'm going to keep all of mine as red for now. But what we need to do is click each spawner, click it, put your mouse over the scene view and press the F key. That will take us to where that spawner is located. And what we're going to do is click on the little light icon here to figure out which light this thing is closest to. So we know that spawner 1 is close to light 5, so I'm going to select spawner 1 again, and I'm going to drag light 5 into my light variable there. We're going to do the same thing with the next spawner. Select it, press F, get over to the light, click the light. This one gets light 1, so spawner 2 gets light 1, just like that, and we can double check again by clicking it, seeing it there. Spawner 3 gets light 2, so spawner 3 gets spawn light 2, and we'll double check that by clicking it. Yep, it's the right one. Spawner 3, that's that one. So spawner 4, we're going to see that gets light 3. So spawner 4 gets light 3. Check that again. Yep, there it is. And spawner 5, certainly last but not least, is going to get spawn light 4. So spawner 5 gets spawn light 4, and double check that by clicking it, and there we go. So now we'll see if we hit play. Of course, we have to let our 10-second delay do what it does. Let's find our weapon chest here. Here it is. Get a weapon. Ooh, the grenade launcher again. Okay. Oh, we caught it there. It can be hard to see in the early waves because there's so few enemies spawning, but it is turning those lights red. And now, as it spawns, you're going to get that nice red light.